Greetings, greetings, greetings. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Giving everyone a little bit of time to come into the space. We are here again. I am your host, Chantel Sierra Shakim, here again for another day of my 365-day journey to embracing the queen within. Super, super happy to be here. If you have noticed, I may look a little different today. So I'm taking advantage of this whole makeover that I have received. I'm loving it, looking a little razzly dazzly, you see? This is me though, unfiltered, y'all, unfiltered. What? This is what makeup do for you, all right? So today I was able to get the privilege and pleasure of going to do my interview for my She Is Atlanta film debut documentary coming out soon. So I will definitely be telling everyone about that. The documentary of She Is ATL. So I did that earlier last year and had to go back and do a repeat for the interview. So as I did that, I got to get a whole nother makeover. So look at your girl. Look at me. I'm feeling pretty. She's so pretty, so very pretty. Yes. Da-na-na-na-na-na. So yeah, I am Chantel Sierra Shakim. I am a holistic self-care practitioner and soul guide. My mission is to inspire individuals to live their best life now. What does that look like for you? Have you been living your best life now? Or are you struggling with what that looks like for you? Or how you show up in that space? Yeah. I've been in that space where I was struggling, not knowing who I am, not knowing what I'm supposed to be doing, not knowing, what to do next. But here I am, and I am remembering. So welcome, welcome, welcome into the space. I'm praying that we will get some more individuals in the room before we start. I am also I'll tell you a little bit about me if you don't know. I am again, holistic self-care practitioner. I work with women mainly with embracing the queen within, embracing the life that you were sent to live and seeing what that look and living it out loud because only you can make it happen. So I hope that each person who is being called into this space, called into this live, is in alignment with that, because yeah, it feels good to be a queen. It feels good to shine bright like a diamond. It feels good to be able to just be me. Okay? Am also an author. I have written 2 books. Embracing the Queen Within was my very first book based on my Sacred Woman journey. My second book is called Aligned and Crowned, The Wheel Within the Wheel. And it talks about aligning our life purpose with Hermetic principles. So if you're familiar with Hermetic principles, it's cosmic law. It's the genuineness of nature and how we also are a part of that rhythmic flow of nature, and how when we begin to align our chakras and our ritus, we actually get to live our best life now. Kind of like a heaven on earth, because that is the experience. You can be experiencing heaven or you can be experiencing hell. And it's really a matter of choice. I, being brought up as a Christian, in a Christian upbringing, I really kind of paused at the idea that I have to die in order to get to live my best life. Make that make sense. Why do we have to die in order to live? So as I began to do this self-care journey, I began to put the pieces together. So there is a death that takes place, but it's not a physical death, because as we know, spirit always lives forever. Spirit is eternal, and we are all a part of that eternal spirit. So as we begin to tap into our eternal spirit or our soul and do some soul retrieval, which is also one of the things that I work with individuals with, in finding their soul retrieval, finding their soul path archetype and what supports them in this life journey. What is your soul path archetype? If you don't know, I can help you find out. And once you learn what your soul path archetype is, you can begin to navigate life differently and in more alignment, in less dis-ease, less discomfort, and truly begin to see things before your eyes change. Like in a twinkling of an eye, it can all be changed. So welcome, welcome, welcome everyone into the space. Those of you who are joining, I am super, super excited that you have shown your face in the place. All right, Queen Na, I love it. You know, my queen sister coming into the place. You know, we are embracing the queen within as we are adjusting our crown, sis. So today is a day that I wanted to showcase this little queen look. You see that? You see her? She doing what she do. I had spoken before talking about that I was able to go and get a whole makeover for my debut in a documentary that'll be coming out this year for sure, called She Is ATL. And it's a documentary that is showcasing women over the age of 50 who are doing some extravagant things in their life, who are showing up differently, you know? So here I is, and I'm loving this look on me, you know? I'm loving it. But typically I'm on live in the evenings doing oracle pulls, talking about things just in general as they show up in the cards, but tapping into the energy of our collective experience. But I am open to doing something a little different today. If anyone is up for it, if anyone wants to join me in this live, show your face in the place, I'm willing to bring you in and we can have some candid conversation. I also am a holistic self-care practitioner who enjoys expanding through sacred plant medicine, whether it be cacao, whether it be hape, whether it be any other plant medicine that soothes my soul, fills my heart, and allows me to live my best life now. I have had journeys in the past that have helped me to become more confident, become more steadfast in showing up for me. Uh-oh. Oh, this is my sister calling, and I wish she was on the call. Let me let her know. Greetings, 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 sis.
Greetings.
I am on TikTok Live. I don't know if they can hear you or not.
Oh, well, let me tap into your live then. Let me not interrupt.
All right, come through. Peace and love.
Okay. Peace.
All right, so yeah, she's normally my soul sister. She is always here. She is always. You said follow the. Oh, you followed me. Give thanks, Queen. Give thanks, Queen. I am really being challenged by TikTok to every time that I go live. I didn't make that announcement. Every time that I go live to gain 5 new viewers. So I am being adamant about this journey. I am on a 365-day journey of embracing the queen within, living aligned and crowned, being transparent, being vulnerable, really showing up the way I show up. You know, for so long in my life, I was showing up for other people. I was showing up in an energy of, oh, what are they going to think of me? Or, oh, I have to do it this way because this is how I'm going to be accepted. And I'm like, you know, I did that for so long and it still didn't make me feel good. It didn't make me feel like I was living aligned and crowned. Hence the book Aligned and Crowned. Because this last part of my journey, I ain't leaving no cards on the table, you know. I was talking before about the death, right? So having to die to get to heaven, that's not true. You know, or for me, I don't accept that as my truth. You know, to each their own. Whatever your truth is, let it be. I wonder if sis want to come in. Let's see. She sounded like she was driving. Sis, do you want to come in? Oh, you said you are driving, but later. Okay, okay. So yes, I was talking about just how we have to go through these death and rebirth. You see me looking cute today, sis? I was telling everyone that I had to do my interview over for the She Is Atlanta, She Is ATL documentary. So I got a gift today to be able to go redo my interview and get the whole razzle dazzle queen treatment. So I said, let me put this on the live for today. But yes, death and rebirth. We were talking about, you know, we get to create our heaven or our hell. And we do have to go through death and rebirth. We have to die to the old way of being. We have to die to our old mindsets. We have to die to our old programming. You know, for me, my programming was Christianity. Christianity had me expecting to die to get the benefits of all the good, you know, and I'm like, make that make sense. If that's the case, why do I even have to come and live a life? What? To be a wretched soul? I don't think so. I don't want to do that. So, yeah, beginning to tap into Christ consciousness is how I began to evolve and find myself in this space of queenliness, you know, finding myself in this space of the highest vibration of my existence on earth. And that's what we are all being called to, you know, to live out loud, to become the change you want to see, to be able to shine your light in the darkness, in the chaos, in the destruction, in the hell of this earth, because I don't think it can get any worse than this. You know, they say you can die and go to hell too, but I mean, I guess it depends on where you were in your mindset. Were you not aligning to the truth of what you were supposed to do on earth? Did your soul path archetypes not show up in this lifetime? So now you have to replay it and say, dang, I got to go back and do that all over again because I didn't connect. I didn't open up to the possibilities of what my life could be. So this is what I'm doing in this real-time experience. I am just opening up to what my life could be. You know, taking the energy of I am, which is our root chakra energy, and saying, what is it that I say I am? Who is it that I say I am? And for me, it was a queen because I know I've always wanted to be a queen. It's in my lineage. It's in all of our lineage. We are kings. We are queens. We are gods and goddesses, you know, depends on what you really feel that you are. But I believe that if you are being called into this space, into my life, you in fact are a king. You in fact are a queen. And if you haven't identified that within yourself, I can help you do that. I can help you do that if you're open to it. So as I said before, I am a holistic self-care coach, and I am also a soul guide. So I really work with the ancestral realm. I work in the spiritual realm to connect us back to the essence of I am. And this is what I'm walking out right before your eyes. So I have good days. I have not so good days. But in all those days, they are teaching me something. I'm receiving something, the downloads, the uploads about what needs to change in me. What do I need to die to? What kind of energies are coming through to be witnessed, to be experienced, to be held, to be seen, held, and witnessed. And then to be let go if that's the case, because not everything comes to serve you. Some things come to show you who you are. Some things come to test you in knowing, do you know who you are? So oftentimes we get caught up in the, oh my God, why is this happening to me? And begin to spiral in that victim mentality, when in fact you are not the victim. You are the victor. The moment you see something coming that don't feel right, that don't align to your truth, you can say, no, thank you, and let it go. Give it no more energy. Okay, we're going to ring the bell on that, because the energy is being released, right? The energy of your I am has to take precedence over anything anyone else has to impart to you. That's where it's really, really, really important to know who you are, right? I know in my growing up, we didn't really talk about that. We were really, most of my family in this lifetime were in the vibration of, we just trying to make it one more day. We just in survival mode, right? In survival mode, but still I've been blessed to have so much love that was also poured in there, so that even though we were in survival mode, it didn't seem like it. But now that I've gotten tools and I've gotten education and I've connected with Christ consciousness beyond religion, I see the freedom there. And I also see the places of lack where we were limited. We were limited in our understanding. So the generational cycles of repeating those same survival mentality ways of showing up, I'm the one who gets to say it changes with me. And so I want to offer that to you as well, my audience. It stops with you if you so choose, because we are awakening. We are in the age of Aquarius. I remember as a young girl, that song, Age of Aquarius, was a big thing. I don't even remember the song, but it was saying in the future there will be a time when everyone will be awakened to the truth of what is. And that is this time. That is the time that we find ourselves in. We have so much access to everything at the palm of our hands. In these little phones, we can go into other worlds, other countries. Even as I was looking on my thread, there's people from other countries, that we are connecting in this, what is it? What did I say it was called? The motions of the matrix, right? We are all coming together in the motions of the matrix, and we are attracting that which is like unto us. So just as we were in our family units growing up, we are being called into these different social media groups as well that support and reflect who we are. So again, this is the platform that I'm creating. I'm really, really trying to be 100% transparent, really speaking from my heart, really finding a way to integrate my intuition in heart and mind coherence, because it's not always the mind. The mind shouldn't be the one thing that moves you. You can't always think of it in a logical way, because some things are emotions. They're energies in motion, and it's not what we see. It's all an illusion. It's an illusion from the projectors. It's an illusion from those that are putting out energy into the world. The broadcasts that are going out into the frequency. Are you sipping the Jim Jones Kool-Aid? Because it will kill you. It will kill you. And that is a lot of what's being sent out into the waves. The more we feed into the wars, and the more we feed into the nonsense that is not unifying us as souls, that is not bringing us to the highest vibration of freedom, of self-expression, of unity, of oneness, those things that divide us are the things that kill us. They kill us not only as a individual, but as a collective. So, with that being said, I hope that was some good nuggets that we dropped out. And I'm going to tap in. We're going to tap into the Light Seers Tarot. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone into the space. I am your guide, your soul guide, holistic self-care practitioner, Chantel Cierta. Look, we looking at the rainbows and the butterflies, or contemplating where are you going to find yourself? Are you going to find yourself with the empty cup, and are you going to see the fullness that you get to feel in this cup? Taste the rainbow, okay? Even though, four of her cups over here are empty, this one is still full, and she's still looking over here at the empty cups. When one cup, it only takes one. Ooh, I'm going to ring the bell on that. It only takes one person to step up and say, you know what, I want to do it different. And when you do, boom, y'all, we can't make this up. The whole world changes. And look at this contrast. Okay, so you see the rainbow over here, and then you see this lady and her rainbow representing the world, and you see it's a circle around her. What is encapsulating your circle? That's what I was hinting to before. Who is coming into your circle to solidify you and to affirm you and to support you as you navigate your own individual journey in being true to yourself, in being authentic, in being open to connecting in ways that maybe your family never connected? Because sometimes it's you. You are the missing link, right? Not the weakest link, the missing link, the strongest link. And it is up to you to do something different. Do something different. It will change not only your life, but it will change the lives of those to come. Even though war is there, war only sets the tone for new beginnings. So how are we aligning to the new beginnings? How are you being called to begin to live a life different? Like I was saying before, growing up as a Christian and now into working with tarot and oracle cards, and in some capacity, some of my loved ones may still think that's a little devilish, but at the same time, who's to judge? Who's the judge? Because I know my relationship with God is solid, because I am she is me. We are one. We are one. Okay. But at the same time, I do believe that there is a creator energy, a God that has created all things that I am a part of, and I get to participate in it and create the world I want to live in, because this is all what we're doing. We're creating. We're creators. We get to experience based on what we believe, what we are birthing, as we talked about yesterday. What are you birthing? What kind of heaven do you want to experience? Yeah, you can say, oh, heaven ain't here on earth because there's so much death and destruction, but that's where you're giving your energy to as well. Where you give attention, that's what you're going to experience. So begin to put your attention on the things you do want, things you do want to see, the things you do want to experience. Get out of the space of living in, comfortable discomfort. Move out of that and say, you know what, if it doesn't feel right and it's not harming any other person, let me, boom, take the leap, okay? Be the wise woman, although this says the fool, but be the wise woman and jump into the water of possibilities. Connect with endless possibilities. And look again, the contrast is this world. I don't know if you can see it up close. It has those same bubbles in it as what's at the bottom of this. So this is where we're leaping into our own world, into our own creation, into those people and those energies and those motions of the matrix that serve us. And in that space, we can see the things we want because we'll be supported and the energy will fuel that which we are birthing. And, I know a lot of spiritualists and, awakened people are talking about, the 3D reality, the 4D reality, the 5D reality. And I truly do believe that that is a truth, living in a vibration of what it is you desire, what it is you want. And there are levels to it. I heard someone say there's levels to this ish. There's levels to it, right? And just like a TV show, or a television, you have many shows going on all at the same time, but you get to choose what you want to watch. This is that same methods or motions of the Matrix. We get to choose what we want to watch. Just as you have all shown up into this live, you got to choose. No one forced you to show up here, but something pulled you here and it got your attention. And now there's a message that you can apply to your life that also can continue this vibration of shifting you into the vibration or tuning you into the channel that supports where you are going. It's different from other channels. We can watch soap operas. I don't even know if they come on anymore. You can watch cartoons, you can watch drama, you can watch action, you can do whatever you like. And the media, as far as the television, is actually one way that we really program our minds to begin to tell lies to our vision so that that's what becomes our reality. Ooh, girl. We getting deep, y'all. I just let it come. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. And y'all know my little girl, she loves to show up. So she's loving this little queen presentation for today. She's like, yes, it is I am she. And here we are doing this. But yeah, taking the leap into the unknown. Honestly, I was speaking to a sister yesterday about how when we take these leaps, it feels fearful. But on the other side, in the spectrum, fear and excitement is the same energy. When you get afraid, your heart starts pounding. You might feel a little shaky, baby, as Ralph Smart would say. I took that from you, Ralph. Okay? But yeah, you might feel a little shaky, baby, but you feel the same way when you're excited, right? So that's where the mind comes in to say, you know what? This is that energy in motion. This is a motion of the matrix. Where am I going to go with it? It's that ebb and flow, in the polarities of the universe. You can have hot, you can have cold, but you also, when it applies to water, you can have steam or you can have ice. All the same. We just get to experience a variety of it. So why not choose to create your vision in detail, as we began to say during that spell back in 2021 when they were humanizing people and euthanizing people. I mean, my opinion, take it as you wish. Just an opinion on my vibration. Oh, here we go again. So they coming in hot. Ooh, they're coming in hot. That was a hot topic. I don't mean to rub anybody the wrong way with that because, we have to protect ourselves however that feels right to us. So I have no opinion about that other than I use that time to begin to create my vision in detail, right? Creating my vision in detail began to unpack this queen within, right? A lot of us had a lot of time to sit in silence. A lot of us, as we were, things were closing down. They were mandating us to stay in homes. Schools were shut down. The socialization was changed in that arena, but it opened up these types of platforms for us to really begin to connect and communicate. So this is that quick frequency change that is happening, and we get to be a part of it. And what you do in that space is truly up to you. So it's coming in fast, and we must be prepared to follow the light, knowing that you are completely protected you are equipped to do that which you have been sent to do. But you have to remain in the light. You have to remain in the light. He could be over here with this crow, you know, hearing whatever he got to say about death, destruction, but he's like, nah, let me look over here and see what's ready. All right? And what's ready is, what are you planting? What are you nurturing? What seeds have you put in the ground? You know, because that's a dark place too. But when you plant your seeds in the ground, then you know what it is you want to give back to you. You know, that's that reaping what you've sown. What have you sown? What do you want to sow? You know, it does take time, but it also takes getting into the deep waters. These waters are your emotions. How does things make you feel, right? Planting those things that make you feel the way you want to feel. You know, some people do thrive off of chaos and destruction. That's your right, you know, but that's something that I don't want to fight with anymore, because all my life I had to fight. So I'm bringing a frequency of change into the TikTok world, into my personal world, into the lives of those who are feeling called and led to walk it out. Walk it out. Walk it out differently, though, by planting those things that allow you to grow, glow, and flow, right? That's what we're doing. And when you begin to create that bubble of a world around you that supports you, that holds you, that makes you feel safe in your I am, that's when you begin to see the miracles. That's when once you take the leap, you get to see the miracles. You get to go to the pot, what is it? Taste the rainbow. You get to find that pot of gold. You know, over here, yeah, the grass looks pretty green and it's safe and this is what everybody's doing. But look, she got 3 pots and they empty, y'all. Empty. Empty. Do you want to live your life feeling empty? Or do you want to take a chance on that one pot that's full of color, full of life, full of anything and everything that you want to create? You can do that too. Oh, Lord. Okay. Look, my little pretty face is getting a little heated, y'all, as the energy is coming through. I'm not trying to mess up my makeup, though. But y'all, those of you who have been watching me, y'all know Mother Nature shows up however she wants to. And when the energy gets pumping, so does my blood. And so does the expression. Okay? She want to shine bright like a diamond and be seen. I see you, girl. I see you. So, yeah, this is what we're doing. We are creating our lives in the vibration of love, in the vibration of joy, in the vibration of all this doesn't matter. Only thing matters is what I say matters. Only thing matters is what I put energy into. Only thing matters is what I want to experience. So even when things happen that don't align to what you want, you have to learn to rewrite those stories. Rewrite the stories. Don't go down the rabbit holes of the things you don't want, because that's where death, destruction show up. You know, that's where dis-ease, discomfort. That's how it starts. Those are your red flags. Red flags, root chakra. What are you being alerted? You know, even red says when red shows up at a stop sign, it's like, stop. You might not want to keep going down there. Find out what it is being sent to teach you. Find out what it is like, okay, I might have made a bad choice. I might have associated with the wrong person. I may have allowed someone to cross a boundary that shouldn't have been crossed. Are you going to continue to allow it, or are you going to allow your voice to speak your truth? That's the power. That is my power. I'm learning it to embrace it now, you know, because as a young one, I was the one to always talk. My Uncle Tony would be like, you know, you always in grown folks' business sucking up information. Yes, I was. And I was. But but yes, as I was sucking up this information, I was also being very vocal about what I felt was right or wrong. and was told often, you need to stay in a kid's place. See, this the little girl talking now, y'all. She get to speak. She's like, yeah, I was talking and I was speaking my truth, but I was told to stay in a kid's place, and what I felt was real. It was real to me, but our adults, our parents and grandparents, they didn't have the tools to be able to navigate voices of children who felt very solid in what they believed, and wanted to speak out, wanted to be heard. And it was only for the acknowledgement and to learn more, to suck up some more information, give me some more. Like, even though I'm saying it, that doesn't make it true, or it doesn't feel right. Can you give me some more insight as to why? So this is what I'm doing now, and this is what we all need to do as adults. When something doesn't feel right, you stop. You begin to ask more questions. Okay, why did that not feel good? What did that voice in my head say about that person? What was that gut feeling that I was feeling? And what is the story behind it? And you get to choose what that story is. And that story is what moves you to the next level. And this is in a place of love. Understand this. There's this thing in Hawaiian culture called Ho'oponopono. And it says, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, period. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And these are things we can even say to ourselves, but we can also say it in spirit to the energies that come against us, because it's a reflection of us. It's really us. All there is you. All there is you. And people come into your life to reflect you. So if there's places that you need to change, even myself, I'm constantly bringing that to the forefront. Like, hey, when I'm being offended, when I feel triggered, it's telling me I'm being misaligned to my truth. So what is it that I need to do to stand in my truth? We get caught up in what other people think a lot. And it does help us when, sometimes people will speak the truth in love and we be like, oh, that hurt, but it was true. Okay? So it's like, oh, I didn't like that, but it was true. So now what do I need to align to the truth, where now that truth can feel good to me, that it doesn't feel triggering, it doesn't feel depleting, it doesn't feel like it's taking from me, but in fact, it begins to bring me life. It begins to bring me up to the next frequency, to the next place of abiding in love, knowing that when people come into your life that truly do love you, they may rub you the wrong way. But the safety in being able to speak your truth, like, hey, that didn't feel good to me. I know, you may have some things going on with you, and this is how it was projected, and this is what it made me feel like. And I just wanted to express that. And that's it, And sometimes being able to be that voice of reason to yourself is what allows you to not get in the sunken places. That's what allows you to not be in that space of hell and really begin to experience more of the heaven on earth experience. So let's dive in. We give thanks. Y'all know, those of you who know, energy moves through me like that. I do find myself as being a channel of the Most High. Sometimes that Most High shows up as my little girl. Sometimes that Most High shows up as an energy outside that is just being mirrored from those around me. And sometimes it's just my higher self or God just saying, I want you to know that what you're saying is true. So Ashe, I receive. So we'll dive into, well, let me tell the story first, because this is how I work with my intuition as an oracle messenger, right? As an oracle messenger, we take everything in our world and we create a story. Each person does this, whether you know it or not. Every day we show up into our world, we have an expectation, we have an idea of what we are going to experience, and that is truly, in fact, what we get. So but the goal is to see the similarities and see the signs and symbols and begin to piece the puzzles together that may not be so clear, so that we can get the story and the direction of, hey, this is the next step. Walk in it. The world is always showing you what comes next. So in this space, we already talked about get out of your mind and get into your heart. Allow this energy of the rainbow to begin to give you what you desire. Don't get stuck in the mundane where your cups are empty and it's just, the grass is greener over here. Okay? So don't get stuck there. Take time to jump into the rainbow, or taste the rainbow, or express the rainbow, or experience the rainbow as you create your world. You see those colors begin to be the same rainbow colors on her clothing. Embody the life. Embody the essence. Embody the thoughts and emotions that support truly what you want. Hence, as a queen, y'all, embracing the queen within. And sometimes that means taking the leap. And taking the leap means you don't take nothing with you. What's in her hand? A crystal. She's got a crystal in her hand and the clothes on her back. That's it. And she's like, let's go. What's next? And sometimes that is the essence of our soul, our spirit. Your spirit knows the way. Your way knows the way. And if we jump in to our spirit, to our soul, to begin to be reconnected with our soul, we can begin to see that we are the diamond, we are the queen, we are the whatever, and it can happen quickly. Wands are all about quick action. 8 of Wands, quick action, and change does take quick action. Spirit works in the now, because it says in the blink of an eye. So that means you don't have time to get into your head and begin to rationalize and think about it. No. What does it feel like? What does it feel like? And if it feels good, do it. If it feels good, do it. If it doesn't feel good, stop doing it. Stop doing it. Because both are available. Both are available to you, the light and the dark, but you're prepared. Your soul is prepared. It sent you here on a mission. We are Christ consciousness. We are God embodied. We are God embodied. Our body is the temple of the Most High God. Are you allowing the essence of your I am to do what it's been sent to do, to create? Because the word of God says it will go and do what it's sent to do, whether it be in this lifetime or another lifetime, or even when you get to heaven, if some of you are waiting for that. But as long as I'm living, greetings, Pastor Augustine. We bringing the church up in here today. Ashe. Yes. We come in to this space of I am, and knowing that in my Father's house there are many rooms. What room do you find yourself in? The room you find yourself in would be based on what have you planted? What have you planted? The wheat and the tares will grow together. But what is it that you have planted? Are you the wheat? Are you the tare? Are you planting those things of godliness? Or are you planting those things of death and destruction? This is a very important thing, because what you plant is what you will receive as your fruit. So we have to plant those things that we desire to experience. And we have to begin to get in the deep waters of our own soul. And the way that we do that is by tapping in, allowing our emotions. This moon energy is all about energy and motion. How are you navigating life through your emotions? Now, if your emotions are sending you in a spiral of defeat, destruction, despair, realign. Get the tools. I'm your girl. I'm your soul guide. I can help you begin to realign and find that place of balance, of harmony, of duality and non-duality, oneness, wholeness, that can balance spirituality and practicality without being caught up in any of the religious constraints, but still being true to yourself, being true to Christ consciousness, being true to the essence of your I am. Because in the scripture, I'm speaking from biblical text because I've studied my word, and that was a firm foundation of who I am today. So when you go, it said, tell him, I am sent you. So whatever your I am is, that is going to be your experience. What is your I am? And we have to be mindful of what we are speaking, because words become things. Oh, dang. Let me see. I want to share something. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Thank you guys for waiting for me. Ashe. So yes, so last night I went to an event with one of my sisters, my sacred sisters, and she gave me this real beautiful outline of how things are created, right? We were talking about business and how you show up in your business, right? And how you can grow your business and how you can really begin to embody that which you desire. So in that space, she gave this acronym of T, meaning thoughts. What are you thinking about? F, how does those thoughts make you feel? So, what action do you take based on those feelings that come up? And what is the result of those actions? And the results of those actions will in fact create your legacy. So as you're building, we want generational wealth. We want prosperity. We want abundance. But understand that it all starts with a thought. Right? It all starts with a thought. And if we don't have the right thinking, we're not going to feel good. We're not going to put forth the right action, and we're not going to get the results that we desire, and our legacy will be limited, or it will be a generational cycle of repeat. So is this something that you're signed up for? I would say you are. If you're in this space, this is your time to be the change you want to see. So, yes, going back to creating the world that we want to live in. And it takes taking the leap of faith, and understanding if you walk by faith, you can't allow fear, because faith and fear can't occupy the same space. But as I spoke about, faith and fear can't occupy the same faith, but fear and excitement do, because they're the same energy. Your body experiences the same things, whether it's whether it's fear or whether it's excitement. So wand energy is like, you, as the queen, you wave your wand and you will begin to experience that which you desire, as long as you are aligning to the things that make you feel good, things that you want, things that Christ consciousness has said is yours, because you are royalty. Chantel, Sierra Tisha Kim, you are royal. And today I really look royal, so I'm giving thanks and I'm enjoying all of it. But it's coming very quickly. It's coming quickly, and we have to be prepared. The light or the dark, which way are you going? He is looking to the light. He's looking toward those things that are of God, okay? or of the highest vibration, because this is below. This is our earth plane where you got all these crows cock-a-doodle doing. Oh, that's a rooster. You have all these people maybe not aligning, not seeing it, not having the tools, in this place of despair. But then you have those of us who are looking toward the sun. We are looking toward those things that make us feel good. We are contemplating this head and heart coherence so that we can plant the right seeds, so that we can receive the fruit of our harvest that really supports a heaven on earth experience. And the way we get there is truly by getting in touch with your emotions, getting in touch with the deeper things, going into the deeper waters, not sweeping things under the rug, not leaving our feelings unacknowledged, not allowing energy to be in motion. Oftentimes a memory is coming to me right now about just how disease manifests in the body. And it's oftentimes because of unprocessed emotions. Let that sink in, you guys. Unprocessed emotion causes disease in the body. And the main disease that it creates is the Cancer energy. Not as in the zodiac sign, but it kind of correlates because it's emotional. Let me ring the bell on that. Ooh-wee! We dropping gems today. If y'all caught that, you caught it. Cancer, not the astrological sign, but which is very emotional, the astrological sign. The physical ailment of that energy, Cancer, is created through unprocessed emotion. Let the church say amen. If you don't want to experience this type of dis-ease, you have to allow your body to release those things that no longer serve you, those things that make you feel uncomfortable. That's the red light. I am uncomfortable. First, acknowledging it, acknowledging how you feel. Everything is not always rainbows and butterflies, but even the caterpillar has to go into the darkness of the cocoon to become the butterfly. So he's been walking on the earth on this low vibrational plane, probably feeling a lot of this negative or low vibrational energy that doesn't support health and well-being. And he finally has to say, you know what? Let me go within. Let me wrap myself real tight and get familiar. Get familiar with who you are. Get familiar with how you want to live. Get familiar with, weaving that web and planting those seeds so that you can be brought up. Ooh, analogy coming through. Okay? So even we getting caught up. That might be the rapture, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm making myself laugh today. But yes, getting caught up as the butterfly does. He's wrapping himself really tight. He's wrapping himself in what it is him or her. And then it begins to fly. So, black butterfly, it's time to fly, okay? This is what we're taking away from this today. And I was going to read from the actual book, but I'm not. I think that was very much a good breakdown of those cards because, of course, everything is your own intention and intuition. So one more card I'm going to pull just as a closure to this reading. Super happy for all of you who have joined. I am Chantel Sierra Kim. I am your holistic soul path, holistic self-care practitioner and your soul guide. And I am here to really inspire. And so thank you for the love. Thank you for the likes. If you haven't already subscribed to my page, please join the fan club. Please like me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Good Vibes Lounge, LLC.com, website is where you can find my work and the things that I do and how I can support you. If you want to go back and see this whole reel of this TikTok live, being real, being transparent, showing up in the moment to just release what is within me and play with my little girl because she loves to play. And this is one way that we play together. And so you can find that on YouTube at Circle of Sister Table Talks. So we'll be there by the end of the day. It'll be posted. So we went into my last cards that I pulled, Secrets of the Ancestor, just shuffled them up. And again, boom, Yama. These are highly sensitive moments. The highly sensitive root of water. Again, we were talking about the I am. Root of water is all about being highly sensitive, allowing your emotions to move, to ebb, to flow. This is your time to really connect with your I know. I am to I know. That's how your energy should flow. Look, I'm a poet, y'all, and didn't know it. But yes, your I am to your I know and everything else in between. You have to align those energies. And my book, Aligned and Crowned, The Will Within the Wheel, will teach you also how to do that. And I'm going to be doing events and workshops this year to really hone in on it. So if you have a podcast, if you have a platform, if you have a congregation, if you have a sister circle, if you have anything in this reality that we have that you would like me to come and speak and to inspire, I am open to live encounters. Speaking of, if you are in the Atlanta area, I will be having a cacao and conversation appointment on January 17th, which is next weekend. Tap in. Come meet your sister. You'll see me for who I am. And this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm growing, being who I am, learning to grow, glow, and flow, allowing my energies to be released and reciprocated back unto me, that which I have planted, reaping my harvest now in this year. So, you can't make it up. This is all about getting your harvest, y'all. Mother of Earth. It says fertile ground. Again, what are you planting? And what you plant will produce fruit. It will produce abundance. It will give you everything you need to live life in a form of godliness. Everything you need has been given. It's only up to you to align and to live aligned and crowned. And it's outside of religion. It's your true soul path and soul essence, your expression of Christ in you, Christ consciousness, because it's all consciousness. It's all what you are creating through your thoughts, through your beliefs, and through your actions. So, time to align. Take everything else that you've learned throughout your process. If it serves you, keep it. If it doesn't, let it go. Take the meat or chew out and throw away the bone. But if you're a vegetarian, you might not be eating meat, but the concept. Take what's yours, and utilize it. And then leave the things that don't, because somebody else may need it as their foundation of growth. We listen and we don't judge. Okay? So until next time, I feel like I wanted to say something else. Oh, this is what I want to say. I want to read from the book these last two cards, just because this is the closeout energy. So we have Root of Fire, Highly Sensitive Time, number 28. From the book, it says, I choose to express my feelings openly and fully. This is the time. This is your time. This is the time that you can break every chain, break every chain. All right? We breaking chains. No more cycling through the same thing over and over. No more repeating generational cycles of trauma, despair, lack, limitation. No more getting caught up in the religious spirits that keep us bound to a way of life that doesn't serve us. Now, if your way serves you, keep going. But if it no longer serves you, let it go. Nobody's judging you but you. All right? And then you will be able to reap your harvest. Once you've planted in solid soil, once you've been planted, don't let nothing shake you. Stay focused. Stay the course. Keep going. Know that what you desire desires you, and that you can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like, because, as the book says, all I do is win, 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 win. Ashe. We went to church today, y'all. I thank you. I thank you for being here. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your energy. I thank you for your exchange. Again, I am Chantel Sierra de Shakim, your soul sister, speaking out and fixing crowns in the process. If you haven't already liked, followed, or shared, please do so. I'll be back again for my 365-day journey of embracing the Queen within. So until next time, peace and love.